lecture series and our opening lecture for January. This program has been running on and off for the last 40 years, and we're really excited that you're here to be with us on this very, very cold night on Prince Edward Island. Before I start off, I just want to acknowledge that as attendees, as filmmakers who are presenting, as organizers, we are learning, meeting and living on the ancestral lands and the unceded lands of the Mi'kmaq people here. So in the spirit of reconciliation and in concert with the note we are on this evening, I hope everyone can think about how we can, in our own ways, actively honor and uphold our obligations as treaty people and as people who often live on the lands of people who have been there before us. My name is Pooja Kumar. I am the coordinator of the Institute of Island Studies. Our offices are down the hallway. There is a sign-up sheet by the door if you don't already get our newsletter. If you do get our newsletter, or you're supposed to get our newsletter and you haven't been seeing it, please check your junk mail or spam mail folders. There are washrooms down the hallway in case you need to run to a washroom. And if you have not been part of this lineup before, we do have a bunch of very interesting lectures coming up over the next few months. Do you want to let Lou in, because I don't know where the screen is? Hi Lou. So our first lecture of 2025 is not a traditional lecture because this isn't a traditional year for us. It's the 40th year of the Institute of Island Studies having existed. And so we wanted to start off with something which is meaningful and representative of the work that we do, which is really to connect islands across the world, make sure that people from one place can actually make a real connection with people from far away, and so that we can create the possibility of relationships that survive us. So we're fortunate enough to have two people with us virtually today, both of whom we tried to get here in person, but we thought that it is perhaps not the best weather, and also it was not the best political climate for everyone to be traveling at this time. So Alexandrine Benjamin is the filmmaker for the short movie that we are screening tonight, and Lillian Childs is the producer, who is actually the person to whom we owe this connection. He learned about the Institute of Island Studies and took the initiative to get in touch with us and say, you know, you do this sort of work and we're doing similar work in our own way. Is there a place for us to do something together? So we really appreciate that initiative. And we may have a third person who is actually one of the movie stars in this movie join us later if she's able. Her name is Erica, and she plays the character called Rose. So the movie we're going to watch tonight is called Boule. Have I pronounced that correctly? Am I right? Wrong?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Boule.
Okay. Because there is a French pronunciation which would be Boule, and then there is Boule, which is the Haitian Creole. And so I instinctively said it as Boule, and then I was corrected by someone who was more familiar with the French pronunciation and said, no, it's Boule. So I checked with Lou and I checked with Alexandrine, and I was recorrected again. So remember how to say it, when you say it for this movie. So the English name title for the movie is called Through the Barricades. And it is a movie about real world life in Haiti. It's fictionalized, but it is about time that is not really long gone, and it is about political and social unrest, and it is about a pregnant couple that is trying to make sure that their child is born in a safe manner while the world is erupting around them. So there is violence, there is strong language, but we are sharing this because that is also the reality of islands. And so, we'd like to say that if you feel at any point that you can't watch it, please feel free to leave, and also as equally feel free to stay and to share to the extent that you would like to. We'd like to have a good discussion afterwards. So without further ado, I will leave more introductions about the work that Alexandrine does to the discussion, and I will ask Tristan, who is the better person on screens, to actually play the movie for us. The movie is not publicly available, so we would really appreciate it if you kept in mind that only the trailer is shared and that it's being screened in a selective way. So we won't be recording the movie screening, we'll be putting up a version with just the trailer on later.
Erica just joined.
And Erica just joined, so welcome Erica. We're just going to start screening the movie, and we're very, very excited to have you here with us. And so Erica, as I mentioned, is Rose in the movie, and we're just going to switch the movie on and hope you will have many, many things to ask her and Alexandrine and Boule at the end.
Chérie, mais papi. Pas ouais. Ouais, clairement, Rose. Mon toit, m'apprends, s'il vous plaît.
Faut continuer ça. Mais y'a l'autre qui est pour moi.
Nous qu'à faire sur l'autre chambre. C'est madame m'a mené à l'hôpital. Madame m'a maintenant sur l'hôpital privé.
Vous voyez mon business?
Non, ça va. C'est Jean. Madame m'a relé Rose. Et premier petit tour.
Mais accoucher, mes amis.
Hi Erica, Alexandrine. So I wonder if Alexandrine, you could say a few words and tell us why you made this movie to start off this discussion.
Right. Thank you so much, Pooja, for having us. And I've heard that the weather is really, really not good where you are. So I want to thank the audience for coming out anyway. We appreciate you coming to support our work. And thanks to Erica for making it. Erica is based in Canada too, so I knew it was hard for her because she had so many things to take care of. And Lou for helping putting this together. Thank you. So my name is Alexandrine Benjamin, and I am the creator of Boule. So I get this question a lot. Why did I make the movie? And I don't know if you all haven't heard, but in Haiti, we have had this situation that has just been described in the movie for a long time. It started back in 2018, where, we have a lot of unrest, and kids can rarely go to school, and, people are being kidnapped or beaten or gunned down. So, back in 2020, I was studying filmmaking, and I had the opportunity to do a project, my final thesis, and I was like, I think it would be a wonderful opportunity to try to bring, put some light and, raise awareness around that, because so many people in the world don't really know about what is happening in Haiti, and at the same time, I felt like Haitians too, some of them who are not based in the capital, in Port-au-Prince, where, most of these things are happening, they did it at the time, back at that time, and still, they don't realize how bad things are. So I created the project as some kind of mirror really for us Haitians to look at ourselves and understand that it was time to put an end to this, because I believe that we have the power to end this if we want to, and we certainly haven't realized that because things, these things they are still happening, and actually they are worse right now. So yeah, so that's basically the reason that I made the film. I wanted Haitians to, in a quick 20 minutes to understand, the extent of things, and I also wanted to share the news around the world so that maybe some people would talk about things and help make things happen. Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you so much for sharing, Alexandrine. Do we have any burning questions from the audience? Questions? Yes, you.
I don't speak English, so bear with my English.
Can you hear her well enough?
Yes, I can hear her. What language do you speak?
I speak Creole. I'm from Haiti.
I'm parle Creole, and then I should say all the audience. I'm parle Creole.
Yeah.
She speaks Haitian Creole, so I will be translating for you guys, with my little
Okay.
English.
I'd like to everyone to understand what I'm trying to say, and this is why I asked them to bear with my English. Okay.
All right.
When you said like we have the power to end this, I don't think so. Like we have power over some things, but the thing is right now or back in 2018, like
Can you still hear me? I lost you for a second. I lost you after 2018.
Yeah, and I said like it's not that easy to end things. Like you said, like we can just clap our fingers and end with that thing. It's a more deeper thing. Like we don't make gunfires. We don't have anything. Like they come from somewhere. So it is not that easy. Like when you said that, I understand what you're trying to say, but it is not easy to end this mess like this.
Thank you so much. What's your name?
Marie.
Marie?
Marie.
Marie?
Oui.
Merci, Marie. Thank you so much for your for sharing your thoughts. And I agree with you. It is not easy at all. And I think I've shared that with many people that we are not the only one behind this, but I think we are part of the problem too. Because even if they are sending guns to us, we are the ones that they use to, use those guns. So if we said no, there won't be any more gunfire. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. I know that our bourgeoisie is part of it. I know that the blanc is part of it, but we are Haitians. We are the mass, if we can call it like that. So if we have 1,000 or 2,000 bounty that is giving us trouble, we are 10 million. You know what I mean? If you are Haitian, so you heard about that Wakalete that they started. I mean, I want to respect people who want to respect people right, but at the same time, did you also realize that the Banti, they started to back down, right? They started to make life to ask for forgiveness. They made so many lives asking, the population, for forgiveness that, they didn't want to do this, they didn't want to do that, because they understood when 10 armed people take guns, if we have 1,000 or 2,000 people who say, no, this is done, it will be done. Maybe they will try a month later, a year later, but if we stand together, if we want to end this, we will. I know it's not easy because also we would need to take care of that global thing, you know what I mean? Because a lot of the people who are taking guns, they are doing it because they need money. Because the big, the big fishes, they are not on the street. I know that. They send, the small ones, the kids on the street, they who don't have family. But if we say no, if we say it's done, it's gonna take time, but we will end it. I don't know if I understand what you're saying. It is not easy, but if we want to do it, I think we can do it.
Thank you for sharing those thoughts. It's a lot to think about. I wonder if Erica has anything that she'd like to add to that.
Hello everybody. I don't speak English fluently, so I'm gonna do my best, and I think it's a good opportunity for me to practice. So here I am. Thank you. I hope you was enjoying the movie, and the thing I would like to say about what Alexandrine said is we have to start somewhere. Yes, it's not easy, and I think everyone realized in that situation doesn't begin this year or 2018. It's something more deeply than that, like you said. But we have to start somewhere. And as an artist, as an actress, as a creator, we have this this work to do with everyone who gonna watching our creative. So we have this we have to take this time to educate people, but it's not really the word, but it's my way to say we have to start somewhere, and this movie is our way to do that, to say we know that situation, we know how strong we are, we know it's not easy, but also like Alexandrine said, if we want to ending that situation, we can do it. We can do it, and we have to start somewhere. This is what it means for me.
Thank you, Erica. Questions, thoughts from someone?
Well, that was a terrific small film. Thank you very much. It made me cry.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Alexandra, Erica, this is Yun. I'm here sitting with Maui, and to be honest, this is not an enjoyable movie for me. It is too painful and difficult for some of the. I feel the same pain. I was sitting just behind with these three ladies, and I have three questions, actually 3 points. Thank you for this powerful and meaningful movie, but to reach to the broader audience, I guess I have 3 suggestions. Because before I came here, I did some background research, but when I watched this movie, I still have these 3 questions. This is a story about Rosie and Jane, and pregnant lady. This is really painful. When I saw she was suffering during the whole journey, but if you can give the ordinary audience like me, I come from the other country. I don't know about your country, Haiti, but I checked some of the news, what happened exactly back to the 2018. I suffered a similar experience in Africa, but I could not bear the pain that to witness in front of my eyes a pregnant lady suffered in this kind of chaos. And the so-called enemies from your movie that showed the ordinary people, the reactions from the ordinary people, the kids holding a gun and the alcohol, those 3 barricades they went through. It was so dark and painful. If to reach to the broader audience, delivery, what you want to deliver in a meaningful way to cause some actions. And I guess you may optimize the storytelling way to bring out some kindness from the ordinary people. I mean, the whole and ordinary. This is too dark for me. The second point is we do need, as ordinary audience, we do need some kind of background briefing. What exactly happened before this couple hit to the road and suffered this much? To be honest, reading about the news, piece of news, and watching a movie is too different experience. The news will give us a background briefing, some of critical judgment, but the movie, maybe you can give us a clue about what exactly happened in Haiti to these people, if without giving those background. The third point is the 3 barricades. The third one, from a little bit information I read online, is it related with the hoodoo ceremony, based on the culture, local culture? I really did not understand the third barricade that they went through. What is that barricade?
With the candle?
Yeah, with the candle in the middle of the road. Is a kind of ceremony?
Well, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like, but we do need a little bit interpretation from the story, using the better storytelling way to let us understand what exactly happened here. Yeah, this is my point, but thank you for your whole group. Yeah, this is really meaningful what is to them. Yeah.
You're muted, Alexandrine.
I'm so sorry. I was saying thank you for the questions, and I am so sorry that you are going through this. And it was really not our intention to, show people dark things, but these are actually happening in Haiti right now. So, this is a shame because usually Lou always has someone from the maternal, field training the discussion so that they can talk about that because they are down in Haiti on the field and they would have some testimonies about how accurate this film is based on what they are living in Haiti or what they've been living in Haiti for like 4 or 5 years. So your first question was about the background, right?
Yes.
What has led to all of that, if I am correct.
Yeah.
Right. So we in Haiti we always had unrest, all right. So we've always had issues, but back in 2018, the population started a movement called Pay Loc because we had like a prêt. How do you say prêt? We lent some money from the country, the Caribbean, and we had it under 2 conditions. The first one was we had some time. They gave us some time to pay, and we had our government agreed to use the gain or benefit from that land to help to do project for the community, for the population. So we heard later that it was for, how do you say milliard,
I think billion.
Billion, exactly. That. So they used that money for themselves. So it's a small group. It was a small group, but they used that money, and we heard that we were gonna be the one paying for it. So there's a guy. His name is Boule. He started, with a sign asking, "Where is the Petro-Caribbean money?" So the money is called Petro-Caribbean. So following that, there was a series of sittings, questions, and journalists they were asking about it, and the government didn't want to say nothing. So they started to lock the country. So when we say lock the country, it is the part where everybody says stand, because if you go out, whatever happens to you, happens to you. I myself was living in Port at the time. I went out a couple of times because I stayed inside too long. They threw rocks at my car, and the screen was like broken, stuff like that. So that is what is happening on the street. It was my experience, but I am guessing. What I was trying to say with the film is how many people, sick people, who wants to reach the hospital and couldn't, because when we are doing that paid off stuff, I know it is our way to ask to claim justice or to claim what is ours. but we are causing a lot of pain at the same time. So I didn't want to make it, how do I say that? I didn't want to create a drama. The part with that mother trying, the couple trying to reach the hospital, I made a documentary back in 2016 because we always have that, the health, some problems with our health system. I made a documentary back in 2013 where a woman she was pregnant and she was in labor. So she had to take a donkey. After the donkey, she had to go on a motorcycle. After the motorcycle, we had like 2 or 3 people trying to carry her on a bed so that she could get to the hospital. And the leader from that place, it's called Boule, he explained to me that most of the time the women die on the road because there's not enough time for them to reach the hospital. So what we did in that movie is really combining that unresolved problem that we have always had in our health system, the women, the quality kind of services that they don't get, and then we add the paid part to it. So when we sent out the trailer, I have in my inbox so many testimonies where people are explaining that they have an aunt who went through the same thing, or I had a cousin. Everybody in Haiti had someone. So if you ask anyone, Haitians who saw the movie, they will tell you, oh, I know, I have a neighbor who went through the same thing. You know what I mean? So I don't know if that makes sense to you. And then since that we kept that payload thing. Anything that happened, we love the country and we don't care about what is happening to the other people, the ones who live day to day. Because we have the marchand, the team marchand, I don't know how we call that, the commerçant, how do you say commerçant? The small, the persons who went out to just sell maybe pocket of water, so that they can make a living. So those people, if they don't go out today, their family might die because they are hungry. So this is our current situation in Haiti. And then my question with the movie was that, okay, I understand that we are doing the payload stuff, but do we question ourselves about the impact, the negative impact that it is having on people's lives? So that was it. And to answer your question about the candles, that was something very spiritual because in Haiti we have what we call the voodoo stuff. So while we are fighting Mandi, we also are fighting the voodoo, because she could have died where she was, in the middle of that street. Let me tell you something quickly. When we went there to shoot that movie, we had to work earlier than we wanted to because there was what we call a bunch of bread. How do we say bread? Those things are so Haitian. I don't even know how to translate it for you. But if we have stayed on the streets at night, nobody knows what would have happened to us. So I had to put it in the movie because it's really important to us Haitians. Sorry, I spoke for a long time.
Thank you.
Do you have anything you want to add? I'm sorry, go ahead.
I have one thing to say. That watching this, it's very moving. I am from Haiti, and I left a long time ago. And when I was looking this show, it was maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes. And for me, it's just like when you're looking at a picture. A picture is made out of megapixels. It's millions and millions of them that makes a picture. And it's just one tiny bit of it that the show. But for us from Haiti, we can watch it and immediately understand what's going on. But for other people, it's a little bit harder for them to say, what's going on? Why is this? Why is that? Why is this? But watching this, it is very painful because we would love to go home, we would love to go see your parents, we would like to go see your friends. We cannot go see them. We cannot. It's not like anybody you can just pick up and go. You want to go to Montreal to go visit your parents, you want to go visit your friends. But for us, it's incredibly difficult, almost like impossible. We cannot go home. We cannot go see your family. We cannot do anything. We feel powerless because there's nothing we can do. So it is very hard watching this. And we understand that if we want to, we can do it. We are the first black nation who took our independence in 1804. So we did it back then. We can do it again. We can do it again. And thank you very much for this. I appreciate it.
And what I'd like to add, it's like the moment like I feel devastated. I am so I'm watching news, like I'm working, I'm studying, and I'm watching things from Haiti, like from 2, 3 in the morning until 1, and then whatever. Like I'm here, I'm watching everything, and what I want people to know, like people like you who never met, who never been there in Haiti, like this is not Haiti. This is a part of Haiti. This is a part of what's happening in Haiti. If you go around, this is the capital, like Port-au-Prince, where everything is happening, like bad stuff, everything. But if you go to west, to north, to wherever you go, you will find beautiful beaches, trees, people living quietly, doing their stuff. Like when I'm like that, what touched me the most is because you never seen the Haiti that I know. Exactly. Like watching, thinking about what are you thinking right now. This is not Haiti. I want you to know this is not Haiti. When you go home, ask Google for beautiful things in Haiti. You will have your mouth like dropping. It's a beautiful country. We are a beautiful people. We love laughing. We love people. We love being together. We love beautiful things. Like watching this part, like you did a great job, guys. This is the reality. This is it. We can't hide it. But for me, sitting here, it's like the worst part of, I don't know, not my life, but it's a hard thing for me to sit here with you watching this without any, like, showing some little good places, things like that, and jump in this mess. Like, but it's the reality. Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you so much for that. I wonder if Lou has anything to say at all, because he switched his camera on, and he is the only person who hasn't had a chance to say anything till now.
Yeah, sure. No, thank you, Pooja. Thank you, everybody, for coming out tonight. I appreciate it. Yeah, I was actually handling something, so I couldn't really get on camera. But I heard everything that was going on. So yeah, I mean, just one correction. You called me a producer. I didn't produce the film. It was all Alexandrine and Erica, and that's the team that did it. But I mean, street team, we just helped them market and produce the film. So, I'm not produce the film, market and distribute the film, sorry. But I think part of the reason why I started working with Alexandrine is because I saw the film. I saw the film, and then I saw the themes in the film. And I think, and that's what I'm giving you my opinion. In my opinion, if you want Haiti to change, you have to kind of help elevate the people that are there. So, like, I didn't grow up with Alexandrine. I didn't even know her until I saw the film. But I understood where the film was coming from, and I understood the beauty of the film and the work that, was done in it. And I think for Haiti to change, kind of what some of the audience members were talking about, I think you have to kind of elevate the people that are there and the talent that they have. I think a big part of why Haiti hasn't changed, or some of the issues regarding Haiti, is Um, the structure hasn't been built necessarily to take the film from where Alexandrine and Eric and the rest of the team did it in Jacmel to a place like Prince Edward Island, you know. So I think me playing a role helping get that will hopefully, you know, help Alexandrine in her next film to bring it to different audiences and kind of, you know, show people the Haiti that exists, that people that they don't know about. So I think I'm playing a small role in doing that, and you know, hope to continue doing that.
Yeah. Thank you, Lou. Do we have questions? Laurie?
Thank you. This has been amazing, listening to you folks speak, getting to watch the movie, and hearing these beautiful women talk about our reactions and the lived experience, and it's just incredible. My thoughts are, I'm an island studies scholar, and what I've heard about Haiti is that it's a failed state. And that is just so sad to think that, you know, there are places out there that are, and I love to hear more about what could the call to action be so that it no longer has that reputation of being a failed state. Is there something that we can do as people, like as islanders, as island scholars, as students, as people of the world, help? Like, how can we, I love what you said, Lou, about lifting people up, elevating people, and through art is such a fantastic and powerful way of doing that, because you tell the stories, you give voice to the people. We here as audiences, but what can we then do?
You want to go first, or?
It's a million-dollar question. Thank you so much for your beautiful comment, and I'm gonna answer the question, but just for a few seconds, I wanna address the comment of Janet Catherine, the lady who spoke before you, and I just want you to know that it is very painful for me too. And Louis here can, he can give the testimony he wants, but I've never wanted to join our screenings if the film is not done playing. Lou knows that I don't want to watch the movie. I made this film, I don't want to watch it because every time I watch it, it brings so much pain because I am outside of the country too. I have family there, I want to go there, and I especially love the country because I couldn't travel. I was based in Jacmel, and I can't get to Jacmel if I don't go to Port-au-Prince. So I had to leave because of that. So I just want you to know that you are not alone. We know we have a beautiful country. We just have to all do our part in order to get things back on track, and so that the whole country do not become Port-au-Prince. But thank you for your comment. All right. So now about what we can do. It depends, about who you ask the question to. Right now, as a simple CV, simple citizen, I can tell you that since we don't have any government, or the one we have is not working, my advice would be for the population to take matters at hand, because right now that's all we have. Our, Police National, the guard, the government, they've been, well, for a long time we didn't have one, but now we have one, but it doesn't seem that they are doing a lot to end things. So as a simple citizen, I would say, and I always say, Haitians is the first answer to what is happening in Haiti. So as much as someone outside of Haiti wants to help, if we do not get sensitized about what is happening to Haiti and make the decision that we need to stop, there is, no matter what kind of help we get from the outside, things might stay the same. So we need the Haitians, they need to do their stuff. And then as, a foreigner or, island stuff or country stuff, different society, I'm guessing can maybe help by sector. You know, for example, I know there are a lot of organizations, some of them are very bad, but some of them are doing good work too. So maybe try to make some research and find out what organization is doing something, you know, good. You know, the ones that are not corrupted, we can maybe help them for the health part, because I know we have a couple of organizations that who knows them very well. They work in Jacmel, they work in the maternal health sector, and they all the time they do crowdfunding or trying to get buy material stuff like that. So there's that, and then on the other hand, it's not like I would say maybe a petition or I don't know, because I know this is what I'm saying. I'm not supposed to say that because I know it can get me in some trouble, but I know some countries like Canada maybe they maybe if you can write something to ask them to stop support the corrupted leaders in Haiti, that might help if they hear you. So I am guessing, yeah, that's my point of view. I don't know if Erica or Lou, if you guys have some element of response, but that's my thoughts.
Unfortunately, it's not easy for me to be focused because baby don't let me do it. I I hear you, and if I have something to say, I will. But now I'm trying to get the point of the question, the comments. It's not very easy. So yeah, I'm here. I'm listening, but I think you already say everything.
I guess I'll say there are there are a lot of like that. As you said, there are a lot of organizations in Haiti. A lot of them are corrupt. And it's hard sometimes to get in touch with them. But we do have like some organizations that we know that we kind of vetted that work in the maternal health space, the midwife, doulas, that type of thing. So I can send that list of Pooja if you guys want to help support them. But I think the biggest thing is really just kind of just spreading the awareness about the film and the issues. Because from what I can tell, a lot of people don't know too much about Haiti, or they know very little. Myself included, before I got involved. Some of the films concerning Haiti, I didn't know that much. But I think there is, if you're willing to teach, people are willing to learn to a certain degree. So I just think I just got to go with that mindset. And that's, the reason why I'm always like pushing for screenings and conversations because, that's how people are going to learn and to kind of extend their knowledge. But in terms of like practically helping, their organizations, there's a health network in Haiti. It's a clinic, it's a network of clinics and hospitals called Dash Santé, and they provide health insurance for Haitians in the country. So, we're talking about working with them and trying to help promote that insurance. So, hypothetically speaking, you could purchase health insurance for, pregnant women in Haiti, and they would go to a Dash clinic and get some treatment. It's not great health insurance, but it's decent enough. So, those are some practical ways that we try to steer people toward.
Wonderful, thank you.
Can I add something about your question? Haiti doesn't need physical help, like put some rice or whatever. We don't need this thing. We can produce everything in Haiti, everything, fruits, grains, everything. What we do need, we need the core, it's not core, the core group. They always have their feet down, we always have our neck down their feet. Like we have the states, they take all the decisions for Haiti. I'm not trying to put everything on them. We have things to do too. The corruption in Haiti needs to be done. but they support them. They support them. Like, we don't, like I said before, we don't produce guns, munitions, everything. They have to cut that thing. They come from somewhere. Not somewhere, but put a name on it. We have to put names on things now. The US, everything, guns and everything came from them. Come from them. Oh my goodness, we have kids 10, 8, 12 years old with guns, like very expensive guns. This kid, 12 years old, can't buy a fruit to eat, but he has a gun who costs tons of dollars. So we have to cut this. We don't need food, money, anything. We just need to stop that mess.
Thank you. And I mean, I think like, I'm so overwhelmed that we're actually having a good discussion here, because these are not easy things to even think about. And I'm reminded of the fact that very long ago when I came to Prince Edward Island, I struggled with saying something about the country I'm from, India, where something really bad had happened to anyone here. And I said it to a friend of mine. I said, I can't tell these people, right? Like it's so distant and it's so removed. And she cried to me over the phone and she said, why do only you and I have to deal with it? So it's really important to have these conversations, because otherwise someone carries it. It still happens, it still has its effects. So really, we thank you for sharing. Does anyone on screen, Alexandrine, Erica, have anything they'd like to say in response to that before I look to see if anyone else has questions? I think, Alexandrine, your screen is frozen, so you might want to switch your camera on and off.
How about now?
Yeah, now you're fine. Yeah.
Well, I think she said she's right. You know what she was saying about the support that our people, the bad people, the kind of support they got from from the outside. So yeah, they need to be addressed, and it's not like our Asians like me or the Madagascar in Haiti, they don't have things to say, but if scholars, maybe if they write something, maybe that will mean something. And that she mentioned that we can produce everything. It is true. We have the capacity. There is so, I mean, this is a small discussion. We won't be getting into all of that, but we know how much that some countries has done for us to not produce what we need to take care of ourselves so that they can go to Haiti and steal their stuff. We know our government is part of it, but maybe I don't know. I know where I'm based, the government control what gets in and out. For some reason in Haiti, our government can't do that, or they are forced to not do that. So I know we have the Canada, the US, and so many other countries. They have embassies in Haiti, and they have the ears of our leaders. So I can assure you, the moment they decide it is time, I mean, it is not for them to decide. Actually, we're asking that they stop meddling in our stuffs in Haiti, and maybe if they stop influence our people in Haiti, things might, be better, get better.
Yeah, thank you, Alexandrine. Going to see if there's anyone in the back that I have missed who has anything that they would like to contribute to the discussion. Tristan?
Well, I just have a question, because I know, like we said, with the minus 25-degree weather here tonight, there's not a lot of people, some people weren't able to make it, but I know there's a lot of people in my life who would want to see this film. is there any way that we can share it with other people, or is there any plan to kind of disperse this film a bit more globally that we can then share with people?
Yeah, we're in talks to do some more screenings on Prince Edward Island, but also we're looking at different, I think like the National Film Board in Canada, I think, something like that. We're talking with, a couple of like, I guess streaming sites, that are available to the Canadian public to, get the film on there and, people can watch it, whatever. But yeah, we're working on a lot more stuff.
Amazing, thank you.
All right, do we have any last thoughts? Otherwise, I will thank everyone and really want to make one last comment about how, although it's not a large turnout, this group connects to more people. And I think we all in this room showed up on this night because we care. So this is really an opportunity for everyone off screen and everyone on screen to use the Institute of Island Studies to connect with each other if you're interested. And we are very happy to share information and make sure that you can continue these conversations. So take away from this evening the ideas that you have, the people you have spoken to about similar things in your lives, and take this conversation to people who are able to wrap their heads around the complexities of the world. I remember in the beginning when I did the Island Studies degree, there were many shocks about many islands and many things that I had no clue about, that now I know about and I'm oriented to. So when you are in the world of either living a harsh reality or you are in the world that connects to Island Studies, you do know sooner or later, even if you've just started, how to process something and who to talk to about it and where it can take you. Some of these connections are connections we are privileged enough to be able to make. So I thank you for being here, for initiating that connection on your end. The discussion piece and the trailer for Boule will be on the www.islandstudies.com website sometime in the next few days. And we hope that you will share at the least that link and use us to move it forward. Our next lecture is February 25th, and we've been taking a local focus in other lectures, and so that one is about Prince Edward Island. It is about the salt marshes of Prince Edward Island, and for anyone who is looking to see the equivalent of Prince Edward Island and Haiti's natural environment, you guys can watch that one recorded and get a sense of what our natural landscape is like. I've been fortunate enough to work with an applied ecologist in Haiti who helped me get oriented to my thesis, so I know how beautiful Haiti is. And I'm sure everyone in this room who's familiar with Haiti carries that in their heart at all times. So thank you so much for spending your evenings together, and we hope to keep connected.
Can I add here the
Yeah.
last thing? Like
Yeah,
one
yeah,
second.
yeah.
Like, I have in mind creating things for little kids or everyone, like educate our people. We need to start from the ground, like making little, like you doing here, little film for kids. Like, let's start with them to save the next generation.
This is amazing. I was just gonna ask Pusha if she has a list of presents, because I would like to stay in touch with you guys and just communicate about how we can come together and do something, or I don't know, make something I can contribute. So perfect. You can get your contact with Pusha and then she will share it with me. This is amazing, and thank you so much, Pusha, for having us. I really enjoyed this conversation, and I'm so glad that I met these two Haitians and hopefully
Thank
we can
you.
do something together. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, Alexandrine. Thank you, Erica.
Merci
Thank you,
beaucoup.